Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Leo, and today we are continuing the Where the Water Tastes Like Wine file. Where we last left off, we had finished up everyone else's chapter 1s. So now, today what we're going to do is we're going to head up to back up to New England to visit Quinn, and we'll evolve his story, and then I'm going to explain how the rest of the playthrough is going to work. Oh, is this new? This man can barely wait to get through the pleasantries before asking if you heard this story. 110% true, he says. I heard it from my nephew, and it happened to someone he knows as well. The man launches into his telling. It's polished. He's obviously done this many times before. He tells you the story of the ghosts who murdered the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra. You recognize the bones from it from your experience of the mischievous ghost of Cincinnati Music Hall. It's been embellished in the interim, though. Listen to the tale. Afterwards, you thank the man and move onwards. You'll have to remember that version, even if it's not quite what happened. It's a good story. Move on. Story grew in the telling. The ghost who murdered the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra. Okay, so while I'm walking, am I walking in the right direction? Yes, I am. So while I'm walking, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys how this is gonna go. So after a lot of thought, and I have thought about this quite a bit, I've decided that I am going to do like the people one at a time, their chapter 2 and 3 in a row. And there's a few reasons why I've decided to do this. One is I think it'll be shorter that way. Having to do a lap, 2 laps around the country to get everyone's chapter 2 and then everyone's chapter 3, I think would take way longer than just doing it in a row. So yeah, and with how long this game's been going, I think I would prefer to do the quicker route, I think. Another reason is that the stories will stay fresh. Like the chapter 3 is where the person, their icon changes, and I think that's the most emotional part of their story. So if I do the chapter 2 and 3 in a row, it'll still be kind of varied because the icon changes, but it'll also keep it fresh and keep the emotions fresh. So yeah, are those the only reasons? I think I had other reasons, but I don't remember them anymore. So yeah, what we're going to do, stop lagging. What we're going to do is we're gonna catch up on sleep right here. I don't remember if this is new or not. This farmer notices you walking by. Listen, he says. You look worn thin. If you want to rest up a spell, you can sleep in the hay and help me with chores when you're awake. It seems a good, honest offer, and the hay looks inviting. After a few hours nap and some light chores, you take your leave. Move on. Okay, so yeah, I don't really want to do 2 whole laps around the country just because it is in between stories there isn't really anything to do, and I've already collected a lot of the stories. So yeah, that's what I've decided to do, and I hope you guys still enjoy it, because I'm still enjoying the game, and I think I will enjoy it most if I do the 2 stories, 2 and 3 in a row. I don't think I'll enjoy it as much as if I do everyone's chapter 2s and then everyone's chapter 3. So yeah, I hope you guys like it as well.
Across the street from this bar, a man in full uniform stares fixedly at the horizon. The older guys on the porch are watching him with an expression you read as deep distaste.
What's the matter?
That boy wasn't in the war, one tells you. His older brother died in France. But Junior here tells people he fought, and he stands there in the middle of town once or twice a week in his brother's uniform, so we gotta see it. He spits in the dirt.
I mean, I don't know his story. I'll go ahead and say poor guy.
The old man's face blooms suddenly and violently red. Fuck you! You want to see a poor guy? He lumbers across the street, and a hunting knife you didn't notice emerges from a sheath you didn't see. Junior? He shouts.
Oh, wow.
You piece of shit! Get out of here!
Wait, no.
Suddenly, the old man is flat on his ass. Junior sprints into the long grass. As far as you can tell, the old man is unhurt. He cries, "Look what he's done to me!" Rolls up the edge of his shirt. The only wound there is the dark triangle of an old bayonet scar, healed long ago.
What? Huh. Move on. The young man who wore his dead brother's uniform. I mean... yeah, I don't know. It does seem like he, for all I know, he might have been disrespecting his brother and like wearing his uniform, but then again, I don't know his story. That might be his way of like coping or something. I don't know. Let's go ahead and involve a story. We've seen this. The fortune teller whose dark past stains the souls of all her clients. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going northeast up to New England until we hit Quinn. If I meet any stories along the way, then I'll stop for those. But yeah. All right. Looks like we've hit Cedar Rapids in Iowa. I see a story here, and I see a story over there. So we'll go ahead and get those two. Holy crap. Lagging quite a bit. But yeah, we'll hit this one, then we'll hit that one. We'll evolve a story, and then I think from here I have to like keep heading east or something. But yeah.
Looks like the cat's staked its claim. Share a meal with me? It asks, swinging tail brushing the corpse. He's still partly fresh. It has been a while since you last ate.
Why is it love? I guess I'll eat with the cat.
Can't be choosy in hard times. You sit with the cat and roast the horse flesh over a fire. It's tender meat. It was a beautiful horse.
Oh.
Not much older than a colt.
I mean, it was
Ever
already
been in
dead.
love? The cat, making small talk.
I'm gonna go ahead and say... I'll go ahead and say yes.
Have you ever loved someone so much that you could not bear to think of life without them?
Not really.
If you did truly love someone like that, and they didn't know it, and you were brave enough to tell them, and they rejected you, do you think you would be able to just move on?
Yes. Because I mean, like, they're a person too. If they reject you, that's their choice, and there's nothing you can do about it. You have to move on. You can't be obsessing over something that isn't going to happen, and you can't force it to happen either. So, yes, because that's the right thing to do, is move on.
Then how can that love have ever been that important to you? The cat scoffs. I couldn't let go of something like that. I wasn't able to. But he's inside me now. And you too.
So the cat loved this horse, but because the horse rejected him, he killed it. The cat and the dead horse. Interesting. Wait in the soup line. The terrible king of bulls, exacting revenge on those who imprison its people. Interesting. Yeah. All right, we'll go ahead and grab this story really quick and then keep heading towards New England. All right, welcome to Des Moines. Let's search.
The child murmurs softly. The woman blurts out a reply. Don't call me that. Just don't. When she realizes the impact of her words, her face crumples with regret. And she notices you. Please, could you help?
What do you need?
Have you heard about a missing child? Any reports of a girl like this? She nods to the girl tucked under her arm. The girl gasps as if slapped and pleads with the woman. I'm not lost. Why are you being like this?
Question the child.
Mother's playing this game. She says she doesn't know me.
Oh,
of course
boy.
She knows me, but she won't stop.
Compare the woman and child.
There's no particular resemblance between them, but they could still be related. The woman blurts, I've been ill, feverish, but I wouldn't forget my own child. She can't be mine. But what can I do with her?
Oh, God. I'm going to say I wouldn't leave her with the sheriff. Maybe ask the sheriff if there are any children missing. And then if not, then keep her. But yeah, I wouldn't leave her with the sheriff. I would keep her.
The woman snarls. Think I'll suddenly remember giving birth? Breastfeeding? Or do you just believe I'll learn to care? I worked myself sick. She looks down at the crying girl. Oh, God. I have to, don't I? I can't abandon a child. The woman's expression is bleak.
Move on. The woman who had forgotten her family. It's break time at the half-finished bridge. The workers are gathered around a young man who sits on a bucket like a king. Oh, I think I have seen this. They listened rapidly to his story about the soldier who journeyed 20 years for love. Heavily embellished, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and keep heading east. Okay, so I was looking for a place to cross the river, and it looks like I've stumbled across St. Louis. So I'll go ahead and stop here. I need to get something for sleep anyway. Any stories in the vicinity? It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I don't see any in the distance either. Alright, let's go ahead and stop in St. Louis. A quarter of the folks in this state are jobless, they say, and St. Louis is home to America's largest Hooverville. There you find homes, churches, and food shelters built from loose boards, and metal scraps. And probably also cardboards. Store glass of wine for all of my money. Jeez, let me go ahead and explore first.
It's nearly Christmas.
Oh,
Many are drinking liberally. A man staggers up from a downstairs bar and falls over the top step. Help me! You can barely hear his voice over the traffic. For God's sake, help!
move closer. This is justice.
People tut at the man's drunken state. A woman tosses a coin at him without even looking. The drunk clasps at his gut and looks straight at you. Help me. Please. He lifts his hand from his stomach. His palm is red with blood.
Help staunch the bleeding.
You press a cloth on the wound, and he hisses with agony. Another man strides up the stairs, laughing. He looks at the bleeding man, sweeps his Stetson off in a theatrical bow, then turns to you. You best mind your own.
Staying is sadness, leaving is justice. I don't have a lot of stories for sadness. I'll go ahead and stay.
He steps forward, smiling toothily. He twitches his jacket up and rests his hand just above a pistol. Good evening to you. Tipping his Stetson in a gesture of farewell, he walks fast, but not fearfully, and does not look back.
So he probably shot this guy. Assist the wounded man.
The bleeding man collapses into a fetal position. His clothes are saturated, and a bloody puddle has formed around him. There's nothing you could have done to save him. You could speak to the police, but you didn't see the killing blow.
Move on. A gunshot man left to die on the streets of St. Louis. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this glass of wine, and then we'll go ahead and try to earn money. Look for work. I'm gonna side with Bill. Excellent. Back to full on everything. Leave. And we'll go ahead and head east. We'll cross right here. And yeah. There's a camp directly ahead of me. I don't know. That's Althea. That's not Quinn. Quinn is still quite a ways up. But then again, this whole area in front of me is mostly blank. I didn't really go to Kentucky or Tennessee, at least not from this angle. So I'll go ahead and keep walking. And if anything comes up, I'll cut to it. We'll go ahead and involve a story, and then I might take the train. I'm not 100% sure. Bus stop with an old man. Want to hear a good story? The tale about the intelligent cows took over their owner's house. Excellent. Where does this train go? Nashville, Washington, D.C., or I could just go to Washington, D.C. Where on the map am I right now? I mean, Washington, D.C. would basically put me exactly where I need to be. Just in case I miss any... I don't want to miss any stories, so I'll go ahead and go up, though. And then we'll head up to the veteran. Yeah, and I might take the train up to wherever that guy is just to do that. But this area is empty enough that I'd like to see it for myself. So, oh geez. Let me go ahead and cross the river here and then head east. Looks like we got a story right here in Charleston. So we'll go ahead and do that. Don't think I'm seeing any other stories around. Yeah, let's go ahead and stop in Charleston.
Outside the small thicket of apple trees, the phrase "tended to by John Chapman" is carved into a fence post. Nearby, a hound lies on its side, perfectly still. Flies buzz around its ears. But a grizzled man pauses at his digging to shoo them off.
I think I know what this one is too. I was actually waiting for this one. I was wondering if this one was going to come up. This might be Johnny Appleseed. Help him dig.
There's an extra shovel. With it, the two of you make short work of the grave. He tells you about his beliefs, why he's raising apple orchards in the middle of the country. It's a sin to graft, he tells you. Hurts the tree. Eventually, the hole is deep enough.
Oh, is it for the dog? Is he burying his dog?
He stoops to the ground and lowers the pup into the earth. Tears flow freely. I'll see him again in heaven, he tells you. Our souls are bound by love. He wipes his eyes. I don't think I can bear to stay here, though. Maybe I'll set out again.
Move on. John Chapman, his orchard, and his dog. So that didn't take the turn that I thought it was going to take, but that still might be Johnny Appleseed. Hear the story. Half-finished bridge. The raven and the salmon, but heavily embellished. The trickster raven who preys on travelers. Yeah, that sounds like him. So yeah, just keep heading east. I am heading east, right? Yes, I am. Okay, let's go ahead and evolve a story right here in Philadelphia, and then we will visit with Quinn. I don't know what the point of that crow is. I thought it would be like helping. I know it's to help navigate, but he didn't appear in any other places besides this. So if I needed his help, I would have to come all the way back here. Let's see, the guy in the bar. Casey Jones, the fastest railroader in America. Yeah. Okay, so before we do this, let's go ahead and swap out some stories. All right, I'm done swapping out stories. I have mostly 2 stories that are level 2 right now, so hopefully this should be fine. Let's go ahead and it's been a while, Quinn. I will get by.
Huh, look at you. Well, I didn't know if we'd meet again, but I'm glad we did.
He's sitting with a bunch of apples, which I find interesting.
Set yourself down here with me and Cass and Flip. Need a drink of water? Need to warm up?
Yeah.
Still trying to see much of this country as I can. Folks I meet are sometimes kind, sometimes mean, and sometimes still perplex me. But all of them beats the folks I left behind. How about you? Seen anyone interesting since we last met?
Quite a few people.
Hey, tell me a funny story. You seem like you still got a sense of humor.
I do. Yeah, I already knew that. The story of the trickster raven who preys on... Actually, I want to tell the story of the ghoul who frightened folks by screaming jokes from his grave. Yeah, that one.
That was a chuckle to be sure. Change. Change ain't coming, stranger. It's already here, so they say. Got a whole country tied together with rails and roads and still can't feed everybody. Between you and me, I think that ain't ever gonna change. Can or can't got nothing to do with it. Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
Yeah, The story of the giant lumberjack who could fell a clearing in an hour, because apparently this one's thrilling. Or what, was it thrilling? I think it was.
Well, that was a lively tale.
Alright.
In this country, I don't rightly know what this thing called America is. I know what I done been told in school, but the words don't fit the picture. What with tramping across the whole thing, figure I'll find out for myself soon enough.
I think we've heard this one before.
I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
Well, we're gonna go ahead and leave. We're gonna exit. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes.
Aw, heck. The night's over already. I sure enjoyed talking to you, but I gotta get on. I think I'll see what's happening up the road.
That's not very far at all.
Sometimes I surely do wonder what'll become of this land.
So do I, kid.
Folks have been chasing the dream of tying it up for so long. Now they got their wish. Things are worse than ever. Maybe America was never meant to be held in your hand like this.
Story grew in the telling. Yeah, and he's north? He's north, so he should be... Is that him right there? Yeah, I think it is. Although it says I'm crossing into Pennsylvania, but maybe the icon's just slightly off. But yeah, this should be Quinn right here. Let me go ahead and swap out stories again really quick, just so I have some threes. I think this will be good. Okay. Let's see what Quinn becomes. So many roads.
You seem an alright sort, stranger. But there are some real bums out there, and I ain't talking about folks who are down on their luck.
Huh. Interesting. Maybe it's like... Maybe it's saying that Quinn is like a rabid dog who, like, will lash out at anyone who tries to hold him down or lash out at anyone who tries to get close to him. I don't know. This is not what I was expecting.
Got myself run off from a nice spot I done set all up a few miles back for winter. Ain't the first time I've been run off. Let me tell you about the bunch of Judases what raised me. I was oldest, had a brother and a baby sister. The farm was small, but it weren't sad and all full of ruination in the early days. But I suppose my ma and pa couldn't make a go of it.
Okay.
When things started getting depressed and tight, every damn thing started to fall to pieces. First, they stole from us, money we'd been saving or earned, things they could sell. Then they abandoned my brother, letting him die instead of calling a doctor.
Oh, wow.
Then they sent me on my way, saying they couldn't provide no more, that I was too big for him to keep.
Huh, so they didn't even want him, so that's why he ran away.
Hey, tell me a funny story. You seem like you still got a sense of humor.
Yeah, Oh, actually. Do I have any that is 3? Because if I don't, I'll just tell a 2-1 because I have quite a few 2-1s. Okay, no, I don't have any 3-1s. I'm gonna tell a 2-1. I'm gonna tell The story of the ghosts who murdered the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra.
That was a chuckle to be sure. Being trapped, I've tried my best to make sense of it all. And from what I done seen, the more you have, the more you're tied down. Responsibility to lash you to the ground so you can't move an inch. Playing a game only other folks are winning. Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
Thrilling. I think I might have a 3-1 for this one. Let me just try to find it really quick. Okay, I don't think I have a 3-1 for this either, so we're going to do a 2. Tell the story of the cursed idol. Yeah.
Well, that was a lively tale. You want to talk about trust? I surely did trust 'em, stranger. A mistake I don't aim to repeat. But what child ain't gonna trust their parents when times get hard and your whole world is a 5-mile stretch of muddy riverbank? I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
Another thrilling one, huh? Tell the story of the terrible king of bulls exacting revenge on those who imprison his people.
Well, that was something. You spin a good yarn.
I don't know if I'll get the eye to open all the way.
Authority. When I really think on it, I reckon my folks started out with the best intentions. Wanted to give their kids a good life, a good home, but they failed. And it wasn't them who paid the price. Isn't that just what authority means? You don't suffer for the decisions you make. Someone else does.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
I want to hear a story about ghosts or murderers or something. Scary stuff.
Okay. Do I still have Ichabod Crane? Or did I ruin it? Because it might have been under Devil. So it looks like I'm gonna have to stick with a 2-1 for this one as well. Tell the story of the murderous tomcat. Oh boy, I don't know if I'll make this.
You spin a good yarn. I was shivering there for a little bit.
Okay, I think I might. If I tell another 2-1, another 3-1 will cinch it for sure. Another 2-1, I can't really tell.
I'll tell you about death. My brother, my little 7-year-old brother, slowly dying as they shouted back and forth about what to do, about money and hope and the Lord's protection. White as a ghost he was, and in terrible pain. Appendicitis ain't no easy way to die, stranger.
Jeez, so they would have had to have taken him to a doctor, and that would have been super expensive.
I close my eyes and I can still see his little face, hurting and confused and praying for a miracle. How can I ever move on from that? Can't run from your own memories, though I surely have tried. Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories.
Thrilling, huh? Okay. We for sure don't have any 3s for this one, so we're gonna have to go with a 2-1 and we're gonna see what happens. Tell the story of Pecos Bill, the cowboy who tamed the wind.
Whoa, quite a story, stranger.
Okay, that did it.
Joy in my life. I used to be happy in that old farmhouse by the river, but it's all fuzzy now. Mostly I remember Mama and Daddy fighting over money, over the poor state of the farm. My oh my, stranger, listen to me blubbering on about my woes. I reckon it's something about you what brings it out of folks. You're searching for something great, something holy, aren't you? But you don't figure you're gonna find it.
Maybe. Maybe not.
And you wonder if it can't be found at all, or if it's just you that can't find it. Really eats at you, don't it? I can see it in you. Anyway, I best be getting on. I think I'll see what's happening up the road. Take care of yourself, stranger.
Achievement unlocked, Quinn. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and evolve a story. Okay, we've seen this one. A witch girl and her kitten familiars. You recognize the bones of it from your experience of the girl with the basket of kittens. Okay. Actually, what I can do is I can, before I visit the veteran, I can swap out for 3-part stories. And I can just see which ones he knows. Okay, so we have a little bit more time, and I know I'm going to be cutting a lot out for travel, so we're gonna go ahead and do the veterans, which while I was swapping out stories, I came across his, and I remember his name is Mason now. But we'll do Mason's chapter 2, and then I'll decide whether or not we'll do his chapter 3 for next episode. So we're gonna do that. Actually, we'll go ahead and evolve a story first. The waitress, the lounge singer who passed on unknowable secrets in every song. Interesting tale. So the tutorial is just set to appear there. I already knew that. I've been doing that for the whole game. I know, because it breaks the game a little bit. It makes the game lag almost every time I do it. Okay, let's go ahead and speak to Mason. He's gone.
Here you are again. How's the journey treating you? I'm still heading back to Oregon. My sister Jessie won't take me back. Wish she would. Wish it was her I was going back to. She doesn't understand. Almost nobody does. If they did, they would have given us something real for what we suffered. Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
Yeah. The story of the ghoul who frightened folks by screaming jokes from his grave. Actually, since I already told that, let's go with, the one about the raven. The trickster raven who preys on travelers.
Wish I could tell that one to my sister. The past. I wish I could go back. Before I had to mourn. And before all the hope was drained from me.
This is sad.
So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones.
Okay, I guess I'll tell the, do I have one? We'll tell the story of the witch girl and her kitten familiars.
Yeah, Paul would have liked that one. When the memories swirl, I find joy again. Between the trenches, I catch a glimpse of Paul before he was gone. And the time before then, well, that was joy to me.
This is like super sad.
Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
The fact that he wants exclusively funny stories does not bode well for me. I'm gonna have to do some swapping if all he wants is funny. We'll just do the story of the ghoul who frightened folks by screaming jokes from his grave.
Wish I could tell that one to my sister. Death. Well, Pa didn't talk to me after what happened to Paul. They think I should have helped him. I wasn't there. They weren't there. They won't forget him. Do you know any happy stories? Hopeful ones?
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and exit.
Well, morning's come.
That's pretty
The
far.
road takes me this way next. Wish it were taking me home. The family always did like Paul more anyhow. Loyalty to him is the only loyalty I don't regret. Even the other soldiers of the bonus army, they had families to go back to. I got my sister Jessie, and she's not letting her gimp brother home anytime soon.
Jeez. Okay, I think we will go ahead to compensate for all the cuts I'm going to be making. I think I will go ahead and finish up Mason as well. So I'll be right back. We'll go ahead and evolve a story. Farmer. The exorcist who drove ghosts from Cincinnati Music Hall with a triangle. Okay, we'll go ahead and evolve one more story. Which is the diner. The hoary raven who got wise by eating the eyes of wise men. Interesting. Alright, I gotta swap some stuff out. This might not go well. I don't know, if he asks for all funny stories again, I might be screwed, but we'll see. Crippled but free. Oh god.
When everything has left you, all that remains is a peculiar peace.
This is like his PTSD, trying to separate the soldier from the man, but you can never truly separate them.
It's hard to keep it, especially considering the panic that comes on sometimes. Sometimes when it's hard to breathe. Truthfully, the leg being gone is bad enough, but the way people look at you, that's when I miss being whole the most. So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones.
None of those. This is what I was afraid of. Okay, so I'm actually good because he doesn't know the Leatherman and he also doesn't know the Cincinnati Music Hall. And those are both 3. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Leatherman first.
Yeah, Paul would have liked that one. Trust? I never really considered trust an issue till I got back and my leg was rotting. I didn't trust the doctors, I didn't trust my sister Jessie, but once the leg had to go, she actually helped me take care of it.
But now she won't let you go to live with her?
I could actually trust her. Did my mistrust cause my problems? Should I have had faith all along? Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
Alright, we'll go ahead and do, The Exorcist who drove ghosts from Cincinnati Music Hall with a triangle.
Wish I could tell that one to my sister. Traps. Lack is what holds you down, and that's just as bad as heavy chains of plenty. I can grow stronger with chains on, But when lack takes away your ability to move, takes away your mobility, there's no growing from that.
Yeah.
So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones.
We're gonna go ahead and go with a 2-1. Tell the story of the vulgar ghost trapped in the bottle.
Yeah, Paul would have liked that one. Joy is a clean garden, a clean life, with my favorite plants all growing together proudly. I'm not sure that I'm capable of enjoying people anymore, but the plants are good company.
That's good at least. It's also a little bit sad.
Tell me a happy story. Something to make the world seem kind.
Sure. I want to tell this one just because I would like it to evolve to 3, and I think this one will do it anyway. Tell the story of the eclipse which cast a shadow of pure love over the land, enthralling thousands.
I liked that one. There's some hope left for you too, you know. Don't give it away too quickly. They say that God has unconditional love. I don't doubt it, but my love for him is not. Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
Should I tell one just so it has the excuse to evolve? I'll go ahead and tell this one just to see if it is funny and tell the story of Louis Ames's violin around Chicago. That way I know whether or not it's an option. Even though he's already done, so it doesn't
And
really
that's
matter.
what you think when you think of tragedy. Huh.
Sorry, what? Is that sad? I guess it's sad then.
The past still lives in me. Don't tell anyone, friend. But the terrors come in the night and in the day. It's like I'm in the trenches again, surrounded by the dead. Then the terrors pass and I'm on the road. And the road brings me peace. But then the night comes and the dead come again. Before the war, I had Paul. I wasn't often alone. After the war, it wasn't only my family turning away from me. It was our government turning from what they couldn't bear to see. But remember, no matter what happens to you, you will always have the solidarity of the road and the earth. They will never deny you their company.
Achievement unlocked, Mason. Okay. Well, that was sad. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end it there. That was good. I'm glad I'm doing it like this. I think it, like I said, doing their 2 and 3, one after the other, is keeping the emotions fresh. And it's interesting to see, like, the thing that they represent. I don't know, it's fascinating, and like, I think the stories are more impactful because I'm hearing them close together. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Next time we're going to head down, I don't remember who came next, but we're gonna head down to the East Coast and we're gonna visit the next camp, and we're gonna try to clear out we'll probably do 2 or 3 people an episode, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I upload the next part of the file to the archives, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, as well as leave a like or comment if you so desire. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.